Hi everyone, welcome to Heart of Avocado and welcome to this massive disaster. So I recently decided to declutter my belongings. I think over the past few years I've accumulated way too much stuff, and specifically way too many hobbies, which have translated into way too much stuff. I don't know what happened to the audio in this part of the footage, so I'm just doing a quick voiceover. But basically, I'm just going to go ahead and sort out all of these things. And also, if I sound a little weird, it's because I was recovering from a mild cold, so my nose was a little stuffy. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to jump into my decluttering process. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So even though it probably doesn't look like it, I have made some progress since last time. I've been organizing things by hobby, and I've been decluttering a bunch of items and putting them in this section of the room. So this is like all the stuff I'm getting rid of, and then these are just here because I was taking photos of them to sell. Let's kind of start off in this corner here. I think I mentioned it before, but I'm a bit of a hobby hoarder. So I've been trying to consolidate and get rid of some of my hobbies. So out of all of my hobbies, 4 hobbies that I have are sewing, crochet, knitting, and then embroidery is a hobby that I really want to get into. I have a kit for it, but I haven't actually started it. And after thinking about it, I decided I don't want to declutter the embroidery kit right now. But anyway, I decided to lump all 4 of these hobbies under one class of hobbies, I guess. And I'm calling the class of hobbies garment making. So I consolidated everything into this storage bin here. It has all my sewing supplies, crochet supplies, yarn, and everything. And then I have my sewing machine on top. And then this is not supposed to be here. I was just messing around with some things. But yeah, and then this wouldn't fit in the box. It's like this ruler for fabric, and it unfortunately wouldn't fit in there. So these are the only 2 things that are outside, the sewing machine and then the ruler, but everything else for all 4 of those hobbies fits in that storage bin. And that includes my works in progress as well. And then, so this here is like a chess demo board. And when I was younger, when I was 18, I used to work for a chess company, and I went around teaching chess at elementary schools all over the place. That job was kind of meaningful to me and allowed me to buy my first car. It allowed me to pay for my own car insurance, and it was like a very big transitional phase in my life, and I worked at the job throughout that. And then I actually liked the board so much that I decided to buy my own. So even after I left the job, I actually continued teaching kids how to play chess kind of independently. I would do private lessons for kids. So that's where this board kind of came in. And I haven't taught chess in many years. Like, it's probably been a good 7 to 8 years since I've taught chess, but for some reason I just can't part with this thing. I've been hoarding it all along. It stores pretty easily. You just put it in this little case, and it doesn't take up a lot of room, but I've just been thinking, like, do I really need this? I really couldn't make up my mind, so I just decided to take it out and put it up on the wall for now, just to see how I feel about it and mess around with it and maybe get it out of my system. I don't know, but it's better than it just sitting inside the case in a corner of my closet forever. So this is something I'm still thinking about. This is my picnic basket that I would never part with for anything. And then another hobby I briefly got into was skates, and I still can't really skate. I have the skates, I have the protection gear, like the knee pads, the elbow pads and everything, but I dislocated my kneecap when I was younger, and I just have this fear of dislocating my kneecap again, and that fear kind of keeps me from doing hobbies that involve like a lot of twisting and moving around on wheels and stuff like that. But I took out my skates and I realized they just bring me a lot of joy, so I have decided to keep them for now, and maybe one day I'll actually learn how to skate. And that's the funny thing, there's like so many different decluttering strategies out there. There's like there's extreme minimalism, and then there's like the Marie Kondo decluttering method, which focuses more on joy. A lot of people equate the Marie Kondo method with minimalism, but at the end of the day, it's really not. It can be, but it's not, because in her method, you keep anything that sparks joy, whereas in minimalism, you try to minimize down to your essentials and what you consider to be necessary for your life. So I do think there's a bit of a difference there. So I've been trying to like combine all of these different strategies and philosophies and trying to decide what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. So yeah, this falls under the Marie Kondo strategy, where it's not necessary, I'm not using it, but it does spark joy, so I'm going to be keeping it. Then here I have some camping gear. I have like this sleeping bag, and I'm not a fan of this sleeping bag. It's just like a cheap one from Walmart, but I guess the job done. I think one of these days I do want to upgrade to like a really nice sleeping bag, but for now that's there. And then I have this cooking stove here, and this is like a really tiny portable one, and I have no intention of getting rid of that. I think it's like a really important thing to have. Earlier this year there was like a huge ice storm where I live, and luckily I didn't lose power in my apartment, but everyone else around me lost their power, and some people went without power for as long as 2 weeks, and that could have been me, and this would have come in handy big time. So I do think this is one of those items that's essential to have. Even if you don't use it, you might need it one day, so that's staying. In this box here, I decided to put in all of my stationery, planner supplies, like extra notebooks and stuff, sentimental items, some decor items, etc. So it's kind of like a mishmash of a few categories. This is all of my jewelry, and then I have my hard drives and some tech gear in this one here. That basket is empty. And then I bought these memory foam pillows, and the pillows are kind of cool because they come with like these memory foam pellets, and you can adjust how much you want in your pillows, so how fluffy you want them, how big or small. So I ended up with all this extra memory foam after adjusting the 2 pillows, and it's actually enough to make more pillows. So one of these days I have to buy some fabric so I can make 2 more pillows to use this up. So this should actually go over here now that I think about it, because it is a work in progress. This is empty. This is just travel stuff. There's nothing in the suitcase aside from like packing cubes and stuff. And then I have all of my camera gear, filming gear, lights, tripod, and my camera. This is an empty guitar case. I have my 2 guitars here. And then in the back here, I have some of my fitness gear, yoga stuff, workout gloves, etc. And then we get to this disaster over here. All of this, like exclude all this random stuff on top, but this whole pile of stuff is just related to my art shop. So that's like a big question for me. It's like I really feel the need to get rid of stuff right now, and part of me just wants to like give up the parts of my stationery store that require like a lot of machinery and supplies, but then at the same time I do enjoy that, and that's kind of separate in like a business category. It's not exactly a personal possession, it's more of a business possession. So all of this is kind of still in the consideration phase. But yeah, and here's Silver. She's upset because she wants to play and I'm not giving her enough attention. And then here I have some art and craft supplies. The top bin is like for jewelry making, and then the bottom one has like painting supplies, wax seals, stuff like that. And then this is the disaster I'm still sorting through. And then finally we get to this massive pile here, and all of this is stuff I'm getting rid of. So progress is being made. The hardest part for me, honestly, is that I feel like I have to sell everything. I feel like I have to recover the money for everything. So that's like my biggest struggle when it comes to getting rid of things. Like I should just donate some stuff, but then it's like Goodwill takes my free items and then marks them up to sometimes more than what they're even worth, and then they make money out of it, and it's like a corrupt organization, and then I don't really want to donate to them, and then I'd rather just sell the things on my own, but then everything doesn't sell. So it's like this whole thing for me. So that's something I'm working on, and I've set some rules for myself. You can't really see it right now, but there's a basket under all of that stuff, and that basket has all the stuff that I'm just gonna donate if it doesn't sell, regardless of any of the stuff I mentioned before. So that's something I'm working on right now. So I think once I'm done sorting through all of that stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and pop all of those items in my closet, organize them, stack them so they're nice and consolidated. It looks like a lot right now, but once you put it in the closet and you stack everything, it really doesn't take up much space. And I'll show you that after I'm done. This bin has clothes that no longer fit me, but I'm still going to be keeping this. And I'm not showing the whole closet because only half of it is mine. And then this bin here has my clothes, but I do want to get rid of this and come up with some other system for my clothing. But for now, it's here. And then this is just a painting I made a long time ago. And then I'm storing it in like this project I did back in high school because it just keeps it safe. It's like really thick poster board, so I've been storing it in that for years. And then I have some more of my artwork in that folder back there, but everything else is empty. And now I'm just gonna move all my sorted stuff into the closet here.